Hi everybody, and thanks for coming back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about something that is a huge passion of mine, and that would be interior design. Now, I may not be the best at it, but I like to think that I have some great ideas. These are a few items that make my home feel so welcoming and personal for me. The first would be just a nice comfy throw. Now, obviously you can get them in all different price points. This one's pretty cheap. I actually think we got it at Bed Bath & Beyond for maybe $20, and it's just so cozy and comfy, and I love that. I just always love like very soft, comfortable sort of faux fur kinds of things, little touches around the home. I think it makes it look glamorous, but also comfortable. I always said that I want my house to feel nice and as if everything has been perfectly chosen, but never like a museum, like you feel like you're going to break things. That's sort of one of my top choices, and as I said, all different price points. I've seen people who have Hermes blankets around their house, and I've seen people who have like, you know, little throw quilts that they knit themselves. That's not exactly my style. I commend you if you can knit a quilt. The second item would definitely be, and you see them all the time here, fresh flowers. I just think that there isn't anything better than fresh flowers. Just smell them and have them around. It makes the house look so beautiful, and it's such an easy touch. And you can go out and you can buy any flower that you like and any flower that's within your price point. You can also do silk flowers if fresh flowers don't work for you, or if you're more environmentally friendly than I am and want something that is a little bit more sustainable. I just found an amazing brand for silk flowers, and I will pop that in the info box below. Tend to mix and match the price range of the flowers that I have, but my rule is to never go beyond $20, and it's just a really simple, elegant, beautiful touch to add to your home. And there's this quote that says, "I want everything around me to be beautiful, and that's how I shall live." And so I kind of feel that way as well. I just really want my home to feel like a really lovely place to come back to, like a sanctuary. Speaking of sanctuaries, candles. Any price point. Obviously you can go high-end with the Joe Malone, the Diptyque candles. This I actually got at Home Goods. It was $5. I wanted something for a filming setup that was big, but that I wasn't going to spend a fortune on, just because it's being lit so often and I'm not really enjoying it while it's being lit as much, because I'm talking to you guys rather than just sitting by the candle at night and, you know, relaxing and reading a book or, you know, whatever else. Candles are candles. You know, obviously there's so many great scents, there's so many great different waxes that you can use, but at the end of the day, if you can't afford a candle for, you know, $65, who cares, you know? That doesn't mean you can't enjoy the relaxing, beautiful glow of a candle. And this one is Champagne Rose, and it actually does smell wonderful. Every single time I light it, before I start filming, I just like have a moment of like, ah, yes. Speaking of relaxing glows, I love my Himalayan salt lamp. It has such a pretty glow, and at night I just love putting it by my bed. And people say that it's really good for the air in your room. I just saw a study that says that it helps actually reduce anxiety. Something about the salt and the color in which it glows, this really pretty amber light that it has, this pink amber light. Something about it, it's like, you can see it against my face, drops anxiety in people, and I just love it. We have a couple of them kicking around our home, and we just like to place them in the bits of our home that we sort of like to take a load off at the end of the day, where maybe we want to read a book at night or just look out the window and enjoy the world. And I don't know, I really love them. I also think they're really beautiful, just sitting on the nightstand. It cost me about $20, and I bought it at an Erewhon in Los Angeles, which is a grocery store. But I've seen them all over the internet, in places like Home Goods, and places like and places like Bed Bath & Beyond. You probably get one on Amazon. They are everywhere. My next home item falls more under personal touch and memories. I'm not someone who really likes to have family photos around the house. I don't really know what it is. There's just something about it that I think sort of takes away from the sort of curated feeling of my home. And I tend not to like big gallery photos of family or things like that. I don't even think we even keep like wedding photos around unless we do it in a big book printed as a coffee table book. I don't know what it is. I just, you know, I have them on my computer. I look at them all the time, and I love to share them with everybody, but they just aren't really, it's just not really my aesthetic. But what I do love is bringing things from my travels into my home. So this mask is from Venice, Italy, if you couldn't guess. And I bought it years and years ago. It was handmade. I helped pick out the feathers. I knew I wanted a red mask because I just think there's something so like seductive and sexy about red. And the idea of, you know, a masquerade is so sexy. So I wanted something that felt a little bit more seductive. And this is actually propped up on a bookcase between books, and I actually think it looks quite nice up there. And it's just a little touch, and people will say, oh, I love that mask, like what a great place to put it. I'll keep it on bookshelves or desks or things like that. It really just serves as a decorative item at this point. And people always ask me about it. They'll tell me that they think it's really beautiful. They'll ask me questions about it, and then I'll tell them about my wonderful trip to Venice and how I got it and the wonderful man who made it for me, and so on and so forth. And it really opens up like a beautiful conversation and makes me remember all the beautiful memories, and it makes me happy. Lastly, I would say I like a bit of greenery in my house. There's a lot of studies about keeping live greenery in your home. Benefits you mentally and physically, but I just think it's really pretty. So this isn't like a massive piece of green, but it is a succulent inside. It's two little succulents inside a geode, and I really like crystals as well, not even just on a spiritual end, but just as a decorative touch. So this is like one of my favorites, and this sits as a book stopper between two books on a bookshelf. And I just go and spray it every single day, but I just like it. It's just like my friendly little guy or girl. I think plants are asexual, so my asexual friend. But it is really beautiful. People always comment on it, or they think it's weird because this is a little bit spidery. When I was living in LA, we had a really big back patio, and it was filled with succulent plants. So we had a little succulent garden happening, and it was lovely. We would sit out there at night with the fire pit, drinking wine with friends, and it was just like a little beautiful jungle. And then inside the house, we had just a few bigger plants near the couch and things like that. I have to say, it really did change the environment of our whole home. And before Los Angeles, I never really thought of myself as someone who would bring plants into the house other than flowers, which doesn't really count, or just like potted basil or basil, depending on where you're watching from. And but now I really do feel like it improved the quality of life so much that I'm kind of stuck on it. I would say these are my top picks. Obviously, I have a million more. I will definitely show you them as I continue to vlog and as we find our new home in London and redecorate it perfectly for our taste. I'm really excited about that. But until then, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it inspired you to pick up some new things for your home, try something different, or just fall even more in love with the things you have. So if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like me and my channel, please subscribe. Other than that, I will see you guys next time, and have a brilliant day.